The road we're on is paved in Garth.
Come along on the journey
as we explore
Garthology.
Think of it more as a conversation. I like that. So if this is truly a conversation, then I say let the conversation begin. Showtime!
Hey everyone, it's Deb.
And I'm Pete.
And I'm Jess.
Welcome back to another episode of Garthology, where we do deep dives into Garth Brooks, his music, and the people surrounding him. So let's get right to it. Now listen, if you're a longtime Garth fan like we are, you already know this man loves a good box set.
Yes, he does.
So over the years, he's released several collections, some exclusive to certain stores, some with new music, and yes, most of the times with familiar tracks that we've all heard before. But you know what? That is Garth. There is a reason behind every single thing he does, and everyone must agree that each box set is like a little time capsule. It's a new way to experience his music and his journey at that particular time, even if it's old music. Plus, each box set has included some hidden gems or some long requested fan favorites. I mean, there is always something to love in a Garth box. So today, we're going to dive into one of those collections and shine a light on the songs that made it extra special. So let's get to it. Today, we're going to start our look at Garth's very first box set, the first limited series box set. Now, Garth has actually released 3 collections under that title, the limited series. But today, we're just talking about the very first one, which was released on May 5th, 1998. This set was a huge deal at the time. It was a 6 CD collection that included Garth's first 6 studio albums. So Garth Brooks, which was released in 1989, No Fences, which was released in 1990, Rope in the Wind, which was released in 1991, The Chase, which was released in 1992, In Pieces, which was released in 1993, and Fresh Horses, originally released in 1995. But here's the twist for this first box set. Each CD came with a bonus track that was not on the original album release. So for me, it was like finding new buried treasure. A new song from Garth? Yes, please. For this box set review, we're going to take it one album at a time, and we're only going to focus on the one special song because we've already reviewed the album itself. So, that first album, self-titled Garth Brooks. The original release of the Garth Brooks album was in April 1989 and included 10 songs. For this first limited series box set, the Garth Brooks album included the bonus track that we're going to spotlight today, Uptown, Down Home, Good Old Boy.
In a martini crowd, he drinks long neck and bud and gets a little loud. The man's back on his feet. He's in Uptown, down home, good old boy. In a business world so fast, on a horse of a different color, but he'll hang on till the last. But he's still the local hero. He's a hometown pride and joy. He's an uptown, down home, good old boy.
Uptown, Down Home, Good Old Boy was written by Dwayne Blackwell and Earl Bud Lee. These are the same 2 guys that wrote Friends in Low Places, which, in my opinion, makes them country songwriting royalty. Uptown Down Home, Good Old Boy tells the story of a rodeo cowboy who breaks his back during a ride. But instead of disappearing from the spotlight, he reinvents himself in the business world, lending his name to a Western wear line and rising to success. But what makes the song great, in my opinion, is he never stops being the same man at heart. Boots, Budweiser, and everything else. The lyrics in this song really tap into themes that Garth revisits often: grit, loyalty, and pride in where you come from. For me, musically, this song is country through and through. I think Garth's vocals are great in it. He sounds so good. And I especially love how, so at the end of every verse, I don't really know how to describe it, but his vocals kind of drop down a key and the music changes a little. I don't know. There's probably a word for it, but I don't know what it is. But for me, it makes the music in this one just a little bit more interesting, and that really appeals to me. All right, Pete, what did you think of Uptown Down Home, Good Old Boy?
Okay, so first of all, we could keep saying that, but to me, it's got to be the longest title in the history of music ever.
It is a long one.
Yeah. I did not know the song. I mean, as long as I've been a Garth fan, I didn't know the song until I started listening to it, a couple days ago, beginning of this week or whatever. And now I cannot stop listening. I found a way. I burned it on my phone. Unbelievably good. It is so, so good. It is a country song through and through. And again, it's a song that the lyrics just paint that picture. Like, it just puts you right there at a rodeo where a man has a horrific accident in a rodeo. But then as the story goes on, he becomes wealthy for selling his name at, Deb, like you did, to an uptown clothing company. And it's just, you can see the woman that stuck with him through it all, just sitting next to his bedside as he's recovering, from this horrific accident. It's an unbelievably great song that tells just the perfect story, that it just paints a great, great picture. The opening lyrics are my favorite through the whole song. He'll never wear a business suit. Cowboy hats and bullhide boots just suit him fine. See that buckle shine. Like, there's no better way to start a song other than those lyrics titled this way. Like, it just tells the story. I love the hidden messages in the song. Like, for me, when he talks about looking down from a suite and seeing that silver limo, like, I think it's like a long horse trailer, right? Full of horses getting ready to go to the rodeo. I love how they mention that he's not a martini drinker, but just drinks long neck buds. Like, there's so much country to this song. I can't believe that I didn't know this song, but I'm so thankful for this podcast and the research that we do, because it introduced me to now the most favorite song I have on my playlist. I love this song. And again, I'd repeat the title, but it'd be too long. Jess, what are your thoughts on this one?
I actually didn't know this one either. I like it, but I didn't know it. I don't have a copy of the limited series. It's the one box set that I don't have. Because, I mean, this was what you said, 98, right? When it came out?
Yep.
Yeah, so I was 17 and poor, and I could not afford the Garth Brooks box sets back then. And then later, it was so hard to get. It was so hard to find. I think at one point, my sister had, let me borrow her copy, because I remember she had it, and she was already out of the house, married, and had bought it herself. But I was so jealous that she had it, and I didn't have it. But I've just never managed to get a copy. I probably could get a used copy now over the years. But yeah, so I had not heard this one, or if I had, I don't remember it until just listening to it for the podcast. But it's just a straightforward country song, very like a 90s sound, I would say. And the music has those, it's got these little twangy swings throughout it that I think are kind of fun and slightly different, sets it aside from maybe another 90s country song. Garth's voice is right in the zone here, as usual. Very top of his game, I think. Mostly, I think I love it because it reminds me of who Garth is to people, especially back home in Oklahoma, because the lines in it, like, he's still a local hero. He's the hometown pride and joy. Like, you see so much of that here in Oklahoma, because if you go anywhere that he and Trisha and the girls lived in the years that they were here, like Owasso and Claremore in that area, people just love him there and are so proud of the fact that he chose to live there all the time that he did. And I work in Stillwater now, and people, you know, he went to school there. People love him there. He got to start playing there locally. And even probably, I don't ever go there, but if you go to Yukon, it used to have like home of Garth Brooks on the water tower.
On the
sure
water tower.
Does.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm sure that that's still the same. So just, it makes me, even though the song is a story about somebody, the chorus makes me very much think of Garth. There's a line that says, and he never did get too proud to hang out with the same old crowd. And I think that too, like, you know, he's had his same band and his same crowd that he's kind of hung around with. And even back home, like the friends that they have and stuff when they're in town, he's not too good to hang out with the people that were his friends before he was Garth Brooks. And so the song reminds me very much of who he is. And even just the title of the song, he's an uptown, down home, good old boy.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times good old boy, like anymore, has a negative connotation. But if you know, if you're from where I'm from, good old boy really meant just like a salt of the earth, would give you the shirt off their back, would do anything for anybody kind of guy, like an old farmer guy or something. People would be like, oh, he's just a good old boy. And that's what that meant, you know, originally. And so I think that's what the song is talking about, is like that kind of guy. Like he's always just going to be that same good guy he was before he was famous or rich or whatever. And so I love that because it just makes me think of Garth. And it is a perfect example, I think, of Garth at his best. That just country song, very Garth sound. And so I enjoyed it. And I enjoy at this point, you know, it was kind of like getting a new little song dropped when we weren't getting a new album.
Right. Yeah. And I agree. I think it does well, and especially even the title that we won't say again because it's so long. It would make the episode last forever. But yeah, it does absolutely. It describes Garth perfectly.
Yeah.
And I think this song also really shows, although he didn't write it, I think it really shows his ability to tell a full circle story in just a few verses.
Mm-hmm.
And although he didn't write it, it's something about him. He takes the words that other people write and he's able to just bring it all around full circle.
Yeah.
That's what I think of when I hear it.
Yeah. And I'm sure that when he probably heard it at first, you know, he was like, you know what, I could relate to this. And it was probably the reason why, you know, he picked up the song. And to go back to like the twanginess of the music, one thing I had wrote down, but I didn't put it into my notes, but just reminded me about it. I don't know instrument. I know some instruments, but there's like a steel guitar that just pops up in the background of this entire song that just grabs my ear. And I think that it's fantastic. And, you know, going back to just what you said about being a good old boy, you know, not to get too much into it, but boy, our world sure could use to get back to those days right now.
Absolutely.
And I think that music like this could definitely help go a long way. You know, people just kind of open their ears and listen to it. You know, the song was well ahead of its age, I believe, and I'm happy I found it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine? I mean, it had to have been written in, you know, 97, 98.
Not to age myself, but I was graduating high school then.
I was going to say, Pete, we were just high school babies
yeah,
then.
we were just high school
Oh,
babies
no. I was having my second child.
So not to age Deb.
Yeah,
then.
no, hey, I didn't say it. You did. Yeah.
And to kind of tie it all up together, I think in the context of the limited series, I think this song is a perfect reminder of why that box set was such a treasure for fans.
Yeah.
Because like you guys said, you hadn't heard it, or if you did, you didn't remember it. And having the ability now to pull that CD out of there and listen to it, it's giving us more Garth, you know, that we love. And it also, it kind of, like I said, having that time capsule, this kind of pulls back the curtain on those songs that we all loved. And it gives us a reason to go back and listen to this original album again.
Yeah.
Because there's a song on there we can't get any other way.
Yeah.
So I think that's a perfect reason for this box set to exist.
Yeah. Well, and we've talked about too that even maybe people who have it and haven't pulled it out in a long time, when that was new, it was fun to get the new songs that hadn't been on the radio. But I think people obsessively loved Garth so much and they had their favorite songs and their favorite albums that they listened to. and probably missed some of the good little gems that you skipped over that now, 25 years later that you could, when you've heard all those songs a million times, that you could maybe sit down and pull out the ones that you hadn't listened to as much and appreciate them for what they are, and find some maybe that you love more or that are different, hit different now in your adult life 25 years later than they did when you were young. But I love that.
Yeah, me too. And although the Garth Brooks album, the original album, is available on Amazon, this one isn't. The limited series isn't.
Yeah, so, I went to do the research and was like, I'm going to have to get out the CD and pull out the boombox. And then I was like, I don't even have this on CD. How, Deb, help me.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a time capsule for sure.
Yes, I'm seriously going to have to go and it'd been so long, I hadn't even really thought about in a long time that I didn't have it, but now I'm going to have to go search Amazon and see if I can find a used copy.
I'm sure it'll be out there.
Oh, absolutely.
Somebody will probably find it. Yeah.
Yep. All right. That's going to do it for this episode. We will continue our look at the first limited series in an upcoming episode. Now let's go over to Pete for a shout out to one of our favorite Garthologists.
Shout outs.
Yes, this episode's shout out, and it's been a while, but it goes out to Floyd Casista III. Buddy, you are doing an unbelievable job for us, listening to the episodes and interacting with us on Facebook and sharing our podcast and our episodes and the things that you're listening to on YouTube. And we, the three of us, cannot tell you how much we truly appreciate the time that you're taking. Please continue to do so. And if you have any ideas for the show or anything that you would like to discuss, just reach out in our DMs. We'll be happy to answer them. Thank you for the support.
Thanks so much, Floyd. Every time you post on Facebook, I'm so excited to come by and like it and see what you've been listening to. It's awesome. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Floyd. We appreciate you so, so much, more than you'll ever know. Have you checked out our website at garthology.com yet? If not, stop by today and check out all of our past episodes. And remember to subscribe to our podcast on your podcast platform of choice. Hey, if you listen on Apple Podcasts and you get the chance, stop by, write up a quick review, hit that 5-star button, and encourage others to listen. That way you can help your friends in low places become Garthologists too.
Speaking of friends in low places, if you are on social media, so are we. We are on Facebook at facebook.com/GarthologyCast. If you're on Instagram, Twitter, Threads, and TikTok, we are at GarthologyCast there. We do love the shares, the tweets, the retweets, any kind of DM interaction or anything that you do. So please get back into the DMs. Let us know if you have any show ideas or anything that, we reviewed that you'd like to talk about, even this episode itself. So we appreciate the support and interacting with you guys. So please keep it up.
And new episodes of Garthology are available on the 7th, 17th, and 27th of each month. So please join us for our next episode. Until then,
thanks for joining us for today's episode of Garthology. And I'm Deb.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Jess. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. And remember, love will always win.
Finish it! Finish it!
Bloopers.
Oh, this is all recording. I'm taking this shit out for sure.
I didn't say that.
Oh, no. Okay.
Because that's where I take over.
You said it, and it would have been. Damn.
We are on social media. So if you are on Facebook and you like to hit us up there, we are at www.facebook. Nope, we are not.
I was going to say mother.
Yeah.